Hey guys, I am back and today we are going to be doing the finale to my Pan Those Eyeshadows series here on YouTube. I am so happy that I decided to start this series this year. Over the summer, I was just feeling the itch, and in hindsight, it was a really fun project and I got some great use on some of my shadows, which was really nice. I have done a lot of work on these and I'm really excited to jump into the progress. So let's hop straight into this video. So the shade that has been in this project the longest is my NARS Ignited palette, and it's the shade Supernova. This has been in for 4 months, and previously I had used it 7 times, and then this past month I have used it an additional 9 times for a total of 16 uses. Here's what it was looking like last month. And here is what it is looking like this month. As you can see, it has a big shiny pan in there, and I'm so excited to have a pan in this palette. Just having this palette in my Pan Those Eyeshadows has made me reach for this palette so much more than I normally do. I would use this as a base and dip into these topper shades a lot. I filmed with this palette. I did a palette bingo. I did a get ready with me that will be coming up later. And overall, I'm just really excited to have a pan in this palette and to have met my goal on another shadow for this year. Then the palette that has been in for the next amount longest, which is my Dior Backstage Rosewood Neutrals palette, and I have the shade Metal Magenta. This has been in the palette project for 3 months. I have used it 7 times prior to the last update, and I've used it 2 additional times since the last update, and here it was what it was looking like last month. And here it is what it is looking like now. As you can see, there is a little bit of a dip, but I am nowhere near close to hitting pan on this shade. This is a really beautiful palette, but I did find it hard to use this shade just in conjunction with the other things I was panning and the other eyeshadows that I was working on. I tended to have to pick one or the other. And although I do really like this palette and I was really happy to work on it, I'm not disappointed that I didn't hit pan in this shade. I'm fine to just use this up at a leisurely pace since it's so new in my collection. Then the next longest eyeshadow is Cozy Gray from my MAC Amber x9 palette. I have had this in the project for 2 months and I had used it 6 times at my most recent update, and I used it another 1 time. I'm going to show, well, I'll explain. I'll show what it was looking like last month. And I did hit pan on this. I used it 1 more time to hit pan, and I've used it twice more since then. So the pan might be a little bit bigger than just 1 more additional use. And there is that pan there. So I've hit pan on 2 out of 3 shadows so far. I consider this a very successful finale. And then the last shadow that was rolled into this project was the shade Joyous from my Tarte 2017 holiday. I rolled this in last month and I've used it 2 times. So there's really not much progress on this shade, but I did enjoy reaching for it and just reaching for this palette as a whole. I did a really fun palette bingo with this palette, which I will link down below, along with my playlist for this project in case you've missed it. If you've gotten to this point and you haven't watched any of my playlists, please go down and check it out. And so again, no pan on this one, but I wasn't expecting to since I only had 1 month to work on it. So throughout this project, I have been doing it since the middle of July, so roughly 5 months. I have been able to hit pan on 4 eyeshadows. So that was Last Call from my Buxom Boss Babe Dolly palette, Guava from my Laura Mercier Eye Art Artists palette, Cozy Gray from my MAC Amber x9 palette, and Supernova from my NARS Ignited palette. So I think that almost a A pan per month is really great progress. I'm really happy to be seeing so much use on some of these palettes in my collection, and I do want to bring this project back next month, so please stay tuned for that. And other than that, I hope you are having an incredible, awesome day wherever you are, and that I get to see you in a future video. Thanks, guys!